everyone, and welcome back to episode 5 of
Sis That's Wild.
I'm Ellen.
And I'm Alana.
And we are back in Athens.
Our second home. We have made it back.
Yeah, it feels good to be here, right?
Absolutely.
You know how it is. Nothing really ever goes smoothly when we travel together. You heard it in episode 2 about our Egypt travels, and we're back at it again in our travel to Morocco and Sri Lanka. So let's talk about it.
Let's go back down memory lane.
Yeah.
Recap it.
You best believe I was on this guy's heels.
Get the freaking snake away from me.
Slay, Yallah. I don't want to be in a park. I don't like gravy. Well, this chicken had no choice.
Let me come join your village.
We're immature young adults.
How are you, sis?
Oh, I'm good. I'm really good. Like, it was sad to leave Bali because we got ourselves into such a good routine.
It was an awesome getaway.
It's so nice to be home.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It is so nice to be back in our second home, our Greek home.
Yeah, how are you going?
I'm good. A little bit exhausted. Back into the office today.
Yeah, first office session.
Yeah, straight back into it. Arrived yesterday.
Yeah.
Straight back in it today.
So good to see the team.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, haven't seen them since last year.
Yeah, 6 months ago. Who would have thought?
I know. So at the end of our season, we have a little bit of a tradition that we've started with a few of us, and we call it our EOS blowout. And what it means is that we go back to EOS without a group and we get to enjoy the island as travellers would.
It's so much fun. We just relax. We go to the beach. It's not busy, but the weather's still perfect.
Yeah.
Go on some boat trips.
Catch up with our friends on the island. It really is a good time for us. It's a perfect way to end the season.
Absolutely. Before we jump on that plane and head straight back out to our new destination that we're going to.
Yeah, Morocco.
We paid an arm and a leg for these tickets
man.
because knowing us, we didn't book in time.
No.
And we paid something like 400 euros to get to Morocco from Athens, which is crazy. But we got there.
And once again, we booked a tour. Unfortunately, not with the travel company we work for because the dates didn't match up. But we thought we've got to do it again. Our brains are half there at this point. We need some help.
We're zombies.
Yeah.
Zombies post-season.
Touring around Morocco, and that's what we did. So we landed into Marrakesh, and first impressions.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It felt a lot more like a desert compared to something like landing in Egypt where it was so busy and hectic. Marrakesh was nice. There was no sky risers, no big billboards. It was a little bit more desert-like.
I think it's what I expected Cairo and Egypt to be.
Absolutely.
The terracotta buildings, I love that.
Beautiful.
Color.
It's so aesthetic, isn't it?
And the shapes, like a lot of square shapes and everything. I loved it.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really busy. I wouldn't call it a busy town.
No.
Not until you get into the centre.
Yes. And so we met our group and we went out for a dinner. But on our way to dinner, our tour guide took us through the main square of Marrakesh. And
it was a culture shock.
Straight into it.
First culture shock.
We thought we had seen everything by now.
You would think so, but no.
No. And we were not expecting monkeys on a chain.
Definitely not. Or snakes in hands.
Snakes in hands. So the little monkeys were dressed up with paw chains around their neck. It was actually quite sad and, like we said, shocking.
Yeah.
And then the men would also be walking up to us with their hands behind their back. And we're like, oh, what's happening?
Yeah. Mind you, we're in the middle of this huge square and everyone's in a circle. So these poor little monkeys are over there dressed up on their chains and everyone else is sitting in a circle. And we've kind of both looked around and we see these people playing a flute. I think that's what you call it, a flute.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, that's so weird. And there's people walking around with things behind their back. And I didn't see it at first, but until I actually properly zoomed in, I realized they were holding snakes.
Oh, my goodness.
Huge snakes behind their back just wrapped up like a rope. And the ones on the ground they were playing the flute to were those cobras that would like come up and be like hypnotizized. Who uses that as a tourist trap? I don't want a snake. Get the freaking snake away from me. Go away, man.
No.
Go away.
Add to the list of animals you don't like.
Snakes.
It's
just the list is getting longer and longer.
I don't know if there's any. Actually, there probably is someone out there that is like, oh, I love snakes.
That 100%. My best friend's like that.
Oh, really?
She has a pet snake, which I like that pet snake. It's cute. His name's Wormy. He's really cute.
Oh, okay.
But these were not cute snakes. These were full grown, just chilling behind people's back, being like, snake, now give me $5 Moroccan.
Oh, anyway.
So, I don't know. I can't remember.
We go to dinner, and our tour guide, Abdul, Absolute legend.
Beautiful man.
Yeah, and he was really good at letting, he would say all the time, because obviously Moroccan belly is a thing. He didn't want us to get sick, and he'd always be like, safe salad.
Safe salad.
There's safe salad here. And it became a whole thing throughout the trip. But he was really onto it. He knew places where we would be safe from Moroccan belly.
Yeah,
Well,
and which was very important to us, considering
Yes.
the year before we had gone through our Egypt mishap.
Yes, exactly. We didn't want to repeat that, did we?
Yeah, so we wanted safe salad.
Yeah,
Safe salad is what we
did.
wanted.
So we spent a night in Marrakesh, and then we were on our way to the coastal town of Essaouira.
I don't want to pronounce it worse than you.
And it was a bit of a drive, and it was warm. Marrakesh was warm.
Yeah, it was hot.
hot.
It was hot.
And it was a coastal town. And Lani thought, you know what, we've got a bit of time before we head to dinner. I'm going to go for a quick dip in the ocean.
We had been told that this is the Arctic
to go.
Ocean. Arctic Ocean. So I was like, hell yeah, this is the first time I'm ever going to be able to swim in the Arctic Ocean. Why would I not do this? Now I can say I've swum in a lot of different oceans. Not sure what ones I've swum in, but I know I swum in the Arctic Ocean. And it was hot, so I thought, perfect, let's cool down.
Yeah.
So we've got into our accommodation. We had probably about half an hour of free time. Got in, checked in, swimmers on, went to the beach. And we're walking, and I'm like, this beach isn't looking like the nicest. And we're very lucky. We're from Australia, so our beaches are stunning. And we live in Greece as well, which is
like
beautiful. So it doesn't get quite much better.
No.
But when I say this ocean was foul, I mean there was shit on the sand. Like, it was not the nicest. The water was grey and brown.
Yeah.
It was
didn't
not
go in.
good.
I watched from the shore.
Yeah.
She did persist though.
I was determined. I'm
Yeah.
going to swim in the Arctic Ocean.
Yeah.
So I went in, thought, you know what? Let's dive straight in because it's cold. Okay, it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Dive straight in, hit my head on the sandbank, got a little bit of water in my mouth, and I was like, get me out of here. And I jumped straight out, and I ran back in my swimmers, just jiggle, jiggle, jiggle my season.
I was kind of standing there on the shoreline with the towel, like what your mum does when you're little. Come here. And I wrapped her around. She
And
loved
I
it.
just ran straight back to the accommodation, washed off.
Yeah.
But I guess
But
now I can say I've
that
swum.
ocean off the list.
Exactly. Another
Yeah.
one. Couldn't tell you the other ones I've swum in. Mediterranean. Whatever the Australian one is. Thailand. Aegean. Is that the... Yeah.
Aegean
Anyways.
in Greece, yeah.
Swum in
A lot of, she swam a lot, okay? She likes to swim. And then we went to a rooftop place for dinner, and this place, this town was known for seafood, and we had some good seafood, actually. We had a lot of food that night.
We ordered so much.
We ordered so much, us two little girls, little petite
You can't see my
baddies.
waist. Where's my waist? Call the cops.
We had sat there and we just ordered half the menu.
We were starving because we had just gotten off this huge bus, gotten dressed, went into town, did a bit of a walking tour. I was like, man, I could eat someone's arm off right now. So we just ordered so much. Pasta, salad, safe salad.
Yeah. And the look of our tour group as well as the service were like, these girls have ordered a lot of food. They're not going to eat that. Boy, were they wrong.
We ate it.
We ate it all. We licked the plates clean.
Moroccan food is delicious.
Love it.
What was your favourite? Couscous?
Oh, couscous.
Couscous tagine.
Tagine. Meatball tagine. Any tagine.
Chicken.
Mum, when I was growing up, and Dad, we cooked a lot of international food and we had the tagine and everything. So from a young age, I've always loved Moroccan food. So to be there and actually taste it, like pure Moroccan food, the real deal, the real stuff, it was great.
It was amazing.
Travel with my stomach.
Oh, it was so good. And I just remember the dinner also taking like a good hour to come out.
Yeah.
I was getting
So we
hangry.
were glad that we ordered all that food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then the next day we have woken up and we have gone to...
Casablanca.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very well known for the movie. And we went to visit that famous cafe. Look, to be honest, I'm not sure what it's called. But we found out that the cafe was actually built after the movie. So we didn't really get out of the bus. We kind of saw it from the bus and was like, there's that cafe from that movie that we haven't seen.
Even though I don't watch movies. So everyone was like, look. And I was like,
Yeah.
what movie are we talking about?
Half our group were our age. And then the other half were quite a few years older, maybe 10 or 15 years older than us.
Yeah.
And so they
More
were
than
very
that,
into,
actually.
Yeah. They were very into seeing it. And we were like, well, black and white movie thing.
You.
So we moved on from that. But then we went to the Hassan Mosque. Hassan, the second mosque. And it was I think it's like the second highest mosque in the world, but it's the largest one in Africa.
Yes, that's right.
And it was beautiful.
Oh my gosh, the artwork inside of it, the tiling, it's like every interior designer's dreams, I think.
Well, that's your background, hey? So you would have been even
it.
more impressed. I mean, I was impressed.
Oh my gosh, the ceilings were huge and there was so much marble. Do you remember all the marble
All
that
the
they
marble,
had?
all the intricate tiles.
It would have cost a
and
mozza.
mosaics.
Do you remember how much it was?
Yeah. So I think it was built in 93. So it was 400 to 700 million US dollars back in 93. So that you can imagine what that is worth in Australian dollars today.
Insane. That's a shit
That's
ton.
a lot of money. But I was talking to Lightning and I was like, why is there such a big gap? Like it was between 400 and 700 million. That's a couple hundred million, give or take.
How do you know? How do you not know where that couple hundred million has gone?
Like a couple of cents or a couple of dollars either side. It's a couple $100 million.
That's how rich I want to be, where I'm like, I don't know. Where did that couple $100 million go? Doesn't bother me.
I think it took 6 years to build. And if you went, you may think, wow, that's a long time. But if you were to go inside and have a look, it is incredible that they did that in 6 years.
The amount of work, because every tile was a singular little tile. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So to place every little bit in 6 years, you would be working from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Even the bathrooms.
Oh, so nice.
Like a whole floor of bathrooms underneath, and it didn't stop there. It was just beautiful.
It's absolutely stunning.
So we left Casablanca and we went to Rabat. We just kind of drove through Rabat, and Rabat is actually the capital city of Morocco. I thought it was Marrakesh because that's what
everyone thinks it is.
It was a well-known, but it's actually Rabat, and we went to the Royal Palace. So the Royal Palace is where the Moroccan king lives. And our tour guide told us that it's like its own little town within Rabat, and only certain people can come and go.
And there was a school in it, wasn't there? Yes.
So it's like a whole nother little, I think the people
Village,
that work
sorta.
in there went to school there, and it was a whole, it was cute.
Yeah, and if you had kids in that sort of village house sort of thing, they had the free education through this house, and it was a very, very good job for those people to have.
Yeah.
Like people wanted to do that job.
Exactly. And they used the Moroccan green. All over Morocco there was a large amount of green and all those tiles, but we weren't allowed to go inside, and we had to kind of look from a distance, which is a little disappointing, but I suppose it's the king's home. We can't just come crashing in. Hey!
We're here!
Hey, you need a princess?
Let me come join your village. I'm here. Your dreams have been answered.
Did you pray for me? Because I'm here. But it was, really nice. We had to stop there, and then we kept moving to one of the attractions that brought us to Morocco. Not the main one, but one of them. And that was the Blue City, or Chefchaouen.
Yeah, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
So cool. It was so blue,
Yeah.
which I found out, which I didn't know. The reason why they actually painted the town blue was because of the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
It was a way to keep the mosquitoes away.
And then
Why is Australia not painted blue?
I don't know. Or like, where did you get dengue?
Why is it Indonesia
the whole
painted blue?
country blue. So Lani doesn't get dengue fever again.
Yeah, it would make more sense, right?
It was really cool because we come from the Greek islands, especially Santorini, where all the Cyclades islands are white with blue doors. But in Chefchaouen, it was kind of the opposite. It was blue with other colour doors. So it was kind of like a reverse.
Yeah, I loved as well. It was so random, but it was all blue, and then some dark blue, and then all the blues were all different, but it all worked.
Yeah, and then
really
when you were
cool.
driving to it, from a distance, it was just like a blob of blue.
Yeah, it was insane. It's just that one singular town.
We went for a little bit of a walk, a hike up to a viewpoint, and we were able to watch the sunset over, and it was just cute. Such a bonding moment for us.
Cute little bonding, which we didn't want to do. Our tour guide was like, you could go up there. It's going to take about half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour to get up or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And we were contemplating it. And I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to regret it if I don't do it. So let's
Exactly.
just do it. And then we hiked to the top of the church, and it was just a lovely little sunset over the town. It was stunning.
Ilani was definitely the driving force. Like I said, post-season, I'm not my fittest. I'm definitely my unfittest. I thought about it and I was like, But she's like, no, we've got to do it. And I'm so glad we did.
Yeah, and we got a cute selfie up there, so it works out.
We
Content,
got some
baby.
great content in Chefchaouen.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. One of my favourite things about that town, which I don't know what it is when I travel, but it seems to be some... I feel like every girl that travels experience it. And do you remember walking through the town and some random guy pulled out a compliment and it both of our attention, and it was like, excuse me miss, you've dropped something. And we were like,
oh no,
what?
We were literally
What?
like, oh my God, what have we dropped?
Yeah.
And then he said, my heart. And I was like, wow, props. I just think Australian guys can learn.
why can you not give me that compliment?
If someone
Oh,
pulled that pickup line out, I'd be like, I like that. That's funny. We giggled and we continued to walk on. And then we were meeting our group and we were then kind of bombarded with these school kids who just liked the way Lani looked.
school, literal children.
Students. Wanted her social media. Her
And then they wanted
Instagram,
yours.
And then they wanted mine. And I was like, who's worth 500 camels now?
Ellen, just to clarify, Ellen didn't give them his Instagram.
I did not give them my social media. And it didn't flatter me. That would be weird. But we just found like the confidence on them was cute.
Oh yeah,
It was
the tour
like,
guide had to come save us. Abdul had to come over and shoo them away.
Abdul,
They-
Habibi,
Yeah,
Habibiti.
Habibiti.
He was so cool. He would always say Yallah, which means like
Let's go.
But then we would teach him slay, but he'd say it in such a sassy way. He'd be like slay, and we'd be like Yallah. So it was kind of like a call throughout our trip.
Like, Yallah, slide.
It was
so good.
fun. The back of the
So
bus,
good.
which was all young people, were like slay, Yallah.
And it caught on.
Yeah.
We started a trend. Call us trendsetters.
Speaking of the back of the bus, someone, I don't know if you've ever been on a tour, organised tour, long days on the bus. I know you're gassy. I know it happens, but someone kept letting rip. And I know what you're thinking. Ellen, was it you with the whole Egypt belly thing? No, it wasn't.
It wasn't
was
me.
Not me this time.
Because it was
any
bad.
time. But they do it so slyly. And there was like a good 6 of us. We got quite close. And we're kind of like giggling about it. And at the end, we were like, was it you? Was it you? Was it you? Like the whole Spider-Man thing. No one admitted to it. But I think we had a sneaky suspicion of who it was.
Who do you think it was?
It was one of the older British guys.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
I think it was him. We can't
Anyways.
say for sure. And you know what? He must have got Moroccan belly or the starts of it because the smell was like a dead ferret.
Something had died in you.
In the back of that bus. But, you know, we giggle about it because farts are funny and we kept our mouths shut.
We're immature.
Yeah. I think we did a few little like side eyes to each other with the, whoa, is that you?
Ellen, why'd you let it rip,
'Cause
babes?
We're immature young adults. Also, a note, we met our group. This is probably, introduced each other, and a Canadian guy, I swear he introduced himself as Paul.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Hi, I'm Paul. Hi, I'm Alana.
Yeah, and so we were calling him Paul all the way through this trip.
And turns out we were wrong.
His name was not Paul. It was Cole.
And we found out on the last night.
We found out on the last night. And I was like, why wouldn't you correct it? And he's like, I don't know, man. Sorry, that's my Canadian accent. It's my Canadian accent. He's like, he was just such a super chill guy that...
Yeah. And to be fair, he had no idea either. He didn't know.
I don't think maybe it's our accent. Paul, Cole, no.
No.
No, it's not the same at all. Anyway, Chefchaouen was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely
Blue City, put it on the list. Definitely a highlight.
Must go to.
Yeah.
Must go to.
After Chefchaouen, we went to Fez.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout this whole trip, I had been bugging our tour guide about shopping because, like we know, I love it.
Sue me.
Sue me, I love it.
A
And
girl
he
just
said
has hobbies.
Fez was the place to go.
And we've been holding off.
Yeah.
We're like, we want markets, shopping, jewelry, bags, everything.
We want it all. And he said, before we get to the local markets, we're going to do a bit of a tour guide with the local tour guide. And Fez is a place where the buildings are high, but the the alleyways through the town are so narrow that it is dark when you walk through.
Yeah, minuscule. Like worse than Santorini. If you've ever been to Santorini, it is half the size of that.
Yeah.
Small.
Yeah. So he took us through fairs and all this. Thank God he was in front of me. I would have got lost. You best believe I was on this guy's heels. I was like,
As you should be.
If I stop to take a photo of anything, I'm
You're
leaving
done.
behind.
Yeah.
See you later, Ellen.
I wasn't going to stay with you.
No.
Bye.
We make it through the tour guide and then we go to the markets, hey?
Yeah, so we're in these markets and we go to a leather factory. So we go to see where they make all the leather, where they dye all the leather, and we wanted to buy it, obviously.
Yeah.
Of course. We're in Morocco. You're telling me it's genuine leather.
Yeah.
Whether I have the luggage room or not, I'm going to buy it.
We'll make it work.
So we get there and you can smell it before you get there. You can smell it. You walk in and they give you mint leaves because the smell is so bad and so strong. So you smell these mint leaves so it kind of masks the smell of the smell.
Tried.
It tried. It didn't work. It tried. It was something. And we're there. We're looking out over the tanneries.
Yeah.
That's what they call them.
Yeah.
So the tanneries, we're looking out over them. And we're there, we're shopping, we're having a beautiful time looking at these bags. Like, do I get this one? Do I get this one? Do you want this color? This color?
Very well priced for genuine leather.
Extremely. I mean, they make it there, so you would hope so.
You always have a chat with the guys at the shop and they'll make a good price.
Good price.
For you.
Good price for you. Good price. So we've got distracted and we've got caught up in all of this and we didn't realize that our tour group had already left without us. So we're still there shopping, having a beautiful time, and we've stepped outside the shop and we're like, here, have you seen our tour group? Because I have not. And they had just disappeared. So we waited outside for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden our tour guide comes running back and he's like, where were you? Where did you go? Blah, blah, blah. And we were just standing there thinking, where did you go? Because I'm lost. Did we miss the Yallah sleigh call?
Yeah,
Because
sorry,
we didn't hear that. We're two girls.
If
we have
had
hobbies, which
Yallah,
is shopping.
We would have said sleigh.
Yeah, exactly. We had a call. It's like Marco Polo, Yallah sleigh.
Yeah. And if I'm shopping, I'm in the zone. You've gotta really pick it up around me because otherwise I'm gone. I'm a goner.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, we find our group and we've head to the jewelry store. We've seen how they make this jewelry and it's really pretty. We've had a look around, but we were just so rushed at that stage that we just had to leave the market, unfortunately. Yeah. But it was just so chaotic in that market.
I know. And then that was just the beginning. Then we went to the real local markets.
Yeah, this is the real deal. This is where the locals do their food shopping.
Yeah. So real that our tour guide, Abdul, stops us and says, hey guys, just a bit of a heads up. If you've got a bit of a soft stomach, there's another way we can go around the markets and you can meet us there.
If you are a vegetarian, you do not go through these markets. Because we had stepped foot in these markets and within 2 seconds,
bam! What did we see?
A camel's head just chilling there.
Hanging on a hook.
Yeah, multiple.
Take another 2 steps. Kazoo.
Shark head.
Shark head.
Just on a table.
Another half a step. Kadam! Camel's hump.
It was
like it,
insane. My humps, all over again.
That camel had no hump.
No.
No hump. No lovely lady
No,
lumps. Because they were hanging on a hook in Fez Market.
You could get brains, eyeballs, anything you wanted. There were also, once again, rats running through this market.
Yeah.
Do you remember that rat?
Yeah, I do. But the wackiest, wildest thing was like there was these very confronting local delicacies of a camel head or a shark head. And right next door was this beautiful Moroccan lady making some traditional sweets.
Yeah, and then you would go another shop over and it's olives.
Yeah.
Any type of olives you want.
And then damn, chicken feet.
Chicken legs. Oh, my chicken.
Oh, my chicken legs. I was like, that could be me up there.
That could be my chicken
According
legs.
to these Egyptian guys from a couple of episodes. Is that what I look like? It all came back to me.
Flashbacks.
We finished the local markets and at the end we're waiting for our bus. And God bless Abdul. I don't think he knew. But our waiting spot was right in front of a butcher.
When those chicken legs were getting chopped off right in front of us.
You could hear the squeals of a live chicken getting its neck just cracked open. Just right off.
It was so
and
sad.
It just took me back from Chicken Run. I don't want to be in a pie. I don't like gravy. Well, this chicken had no choice. Didn't have any time to think. Had no time to run. Ugh. Disgusting. cheese. But Kirk probably didn't finish the sound. The sound it made, and we kind of looked, the little group of friends we made were like,
When's the bus coming?
where is that bus? Oh, well,
Gosh. But
Yes, hey.
we lived. Luckily, the chickens clearly didn't. They,
Yes.
I mean,
R.I.P.
people got to eat,
chickens,
I
you know.
guess.
Yeah.
But then the next day, we head to our favorite place.
Yeah,
Hey,
the reason we booked this, hey.
the beautiful Sahara Desert.